Hi everybody, sorry my video or my thing is kind of off and slow. I think the solar storm and other storm interference has been causing some issues on the internet. So, um, we'll just have to live with it. Anyway, hi, and I hope all is well. Here is, what's the temp here? I had the fan going very quietly. Um, 77 degrees. They said it's supposed to hit 80 today, but we'll see. Uh, Probably that won't happen until about 2 or 3 o'clock. But so far it's 77. It's comfortable. It's not too hot, not too cold. I have my windows open. I have the fan going in here. And if it's too hot in my bedroom, I can always turn on the fan there. So, in case you heard the last couple of days, ever since Elon Musk was, I think he was basically given the boot. Or I think he basically just quit. You know, he probably regretted helping Trump get into office. And pretty much realized that Trump is an idiot, number one. Number two, he doesn't care about anybody or anything, and he wants to screw up other people's successes. And that's the impression I'm getting. Um, they've been squabbling back and forth the last 2 days. Hi, Nancy. And it's like Trump says, well, I'll cancel all your contracts. Well, you can't. NASA's a different agency, okay? And Trump doesn't understand space exploration, okay? Um, of what happens and what goes there and everything else. NASA was created by President Kennedy, okay? And so, Elon kind of came back and he says, well, if you do that, then I will withdraw Dragon. Which both of them, of course, Elon knows there's astronauts that are still up in the International Space Station. He doesn't want to strand them up there. Trump doesn't care, or he forgotten that there are astronauts up there and wanting to do a space exploration. And so they're quabbling back and forth, but there is one thing that I do agree with Elon on, is to impeach Trump. Yeah, I agree, Nancy. Felon slash Taco 47 doesn't understand anything. He's never learned. He's never bothered to learn. And I think his father made a serious mistake in saying, don't take responsibility for anything. And that is a big no-no in parenting. You want your kids to be responsible. You want them to learn in order for them to survive out in the real world. And Trump has never really learned, okay? He was told, but he's never really learned and done it himself. So anyway, those two, both Taco Don and Elon, have been squabbling back and forth the last 2 days. And the astronauts up in ISIS are thinking that it's not going to happen, okay? Because you got Russian astronauts on board there too. Um, I don't know if Putin cares about the astronauts or not. Uh, I don't think he doesn't, but it's more like a national pride type thing. So I don't think nothing's going to happen there, but they're going to sit there and squabble. And Tesla sales has basically dropped almost zero. Elon's trying to get it back on track. That's why he left. Because he was threatened by the boards of Tesla, threatened by the board of Boring, and threatened by the board of Twitter and SpaceX that if he doesn't come back, they will give him the boot. And, well, when that happens, he won't get any severance pay. I think he shouldn't. But, you know, I think Elon's mistake is helping Trump get elected to doing this Doge crap and pushing Project 2025 and realizing that this is not going to work. Now, on the other subject is Eastern Canada. I don't know how bad has the smoke traveled down to where you are now, Nancy. The smoke from, well, fire smoke from Canada. Has it traveled down or has it been blown off? I know there have been a lot of winds in on the East Coast, and everything has been kind of high. And of course, thunderstorms. Of course, what hasn't helped any is the Sahara Desert dust storm that hit over here. So anyway, it's been kind of, they're trying to get the fires out. It's what they're trying to do. And Canada's doing its best. Some of the states, I understand it, are sending crews up there to help to get, to put out the fire. So, which is good. We're still friends with Canada. It's just that they don't like what Trump has done. We don't like what Trump has done. And in many ways, I wish the gloves would just come off and give old Taco Don the boot out of the White House and get somebody proper in there. Yeah. Well, sometimes when we get wildfires over here, especially those that drift up from California, sometimes it gets pretty bad. So far, British Columbia, they've been very lucky. They haven't had a wildfire yet, and we've been very vigilant here too. So, yeah. Hey, Dorothy! Nice seeing you. Also, there have been some wild storms, like tornadoes. Yeah, tornadoes been ravaging Texas yesterday, especially in the Panhandle area, the Oklahoma, Texas border area. And some ways I'm kind of glad my sister doesn't live down there anymore. Lubbock was sideswiped by a tornado. I don't know if you watched the live streams of seethestorm.net, which is owned by Vincent Watley. His last name is spelled different than mine. He was filming. It was pretty intense yesterday because there were one tornado on one side and one tornado on the other side. It was like, oh, you better get out of there. Because he was stuck between two tornadoes and both were kind of somewhat going toward each other. That was they go, you need to get out of there like now. And of course, he had problems with other storm chasers that are not, I don't think, as experienced and don't think ahead critically what to do to keep themselves really safe from storms like this. And he just didn't want to get killed in one. And I don't blame him. So, I don't know why my FPS is low. Action needed. I'm on Opera, which seemed to work okay on Opera, but I don't know why this is acting up now. Let me try something here. Hold on a second. Let me close one window. See if this helps any. There we go. I think. There. See if it pops up again. It probably will. My computer has been kind of irritable lately, and I'm getting irritable with it. But the storms have been really ramping up. They had some severe thunderstorms roll through California, come through Arizona, Texas, that direction. The panhandle seems to got sandwiched pretty good. And there were other severe thunderstorms hitting in the East Coast and New York area, and some of the areas there had tornado watches. In other words, imminent tornado, because of the way the ingredients were coming together to form a tornado. I'm so glad I don't live there. I live here, Washington State, and very rarely we do get one. Maybe twice a year. We had one hit in 1992. Of course, we had like 3 days of rain. I mean, it was like, is this going to stop type thing? And of course, it flooded out portions of the town of Roy, town of Tenino, and some of the other smaller towns. And one town lost its one and only watering hole tavern. The porch decided to float away. It caused a lot of problems. But we did have a tornado touch down through Pacific Avenue here in Tacoma. And everything was on tornado watch and tornado alert because the conditions were just right for it. It was a little scary because you have a lot of trees, you have a lot of older homes, so they're not really designed for this. Except for the storms that we have had in the 1962 Columbus Day storm, which was almost near hurricane winds there. You just have to be really careful because you have to listen to Mother Nature. You have to watch and listen and say, okay, well, this is what she's going to do. This is what we need to do. So just make sure you have like a safety kit and everything together, disaster kit put together and everything, and just somewhere to go if you can to evacuate if you need to evacuate. Now here, I live in a 3-story apartment building. Sometimes I don't like it here, sometimes I do. Now, when it floods, I'm up here, so I'm up higher. I'm not going to say so much for my neighbors because they're down on the ground floor. But luckily, we're above the floodplain here. It's not like when I was over at Brookside where we were in the floodplain. Did flood one time. Um, but it didn't get anywhere near my apartment there and then. We were kind of stuck on a little island and to hope it didn't overlap and get higher. Um, so anyway, of course the courts are fighting this. Many of our Democrats and independents are fighting this. And a lawmaker, they just don't want the bill, the so-called big beautiful bill, go through. They want it to die. I want it to die. We just don't need any higher debt. And Trump has caused all of this. And I just wish now Congress would just impeach the guy. Impeach him and get him out of here. And get somebody in there that knows what they're doing, knows what needs to be done. And then solve the problems that need to be solved and do it the correct way. So anyway, let's see, let me check my calendar here. Okay, I will see you on Monday, as usual, at 1 o'clock. Let's see, there's one other thing. Let me check one other thing here. Yeah, I'll see you on Monday at 1 o'clock, the 9th. And hope everyone has a good weekend. Enjoy, watch your favorite teams, root them on. And congratulations to the Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton, Alberta, Canada Oilers, the professional hockey team. They won the Stanley Cup day before yesterday. So take care, love to all, and I'll see you on Monday. And be sure to share my videos and everything else. We need to push back hard and keep pushing back and tell the MAGAs to go take a flying leap. Because if they don't like it, tough. They need to grow up. They really do. So, I will post this on my YouTube channel, Ginger's Chat Show, same name. And subscribe there. I need more subscribers. And because I want to get the goal of having to not only subscribe, higher subscribes where I could go live, also sell merchandise through it. So, anyway, take care, and I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.